Hi, we're continuing with the Greyhound dollars table. So you can keep the assignment that you just submitted open. And what we're going to do now is just if you drag over a little bit to have some scratch area and just move the logo over there temporarily so that we can work on the table. So the first thing you'll do is click Insert, Table, and we want 5 columns and 8 rows. So it should be a 5 by 8. Columns are come up first in the number, and then by 8 would be the rows. So go ahead and click that, and it should come right in the middle. You can move it if you'd like. We're going to be changing it later. With the table selected, the first thing we'll do is we have a new tab at the top called Table Tools. There's a design part and a layout part. In the design part, go to Table Formats, click the down arrow, which means more options, and according to the book, they would like us to choose Table Style 56, and if you hover over it, you'll see the appropriate name, Table Style 56. The next thing we're going to do in this table is we realize, well, maybe it shouldn't be 5 columns. So click in the last column, and then from the Table Tools Layout tab, choose Delete, and then make sure you choose Delete Column. Then we decided we actually need to insert another row. So click anywhere on the first cell, and then choose Insert Above, and then click anywhere in the last cell and choose Insert Below. So we've changed it now that we have 9 rows. I did say 9 rows, there's actually 10. The next thing we're going to do is resize it. So if you click your table so it's selected, and then you hover to have the double arrows, you're going to drag it to the left hand corner till you have the plus sign that shows up in the corner, and then you'll let go. What you'll also do is, because it's not the full size of the screen, is we'll, again, with the right, looking for the double arrows, why doesn't it snap into place? No. So again, you'll select the table and hover until you have the double arrows. And if you have trouble like I am, just hover until, there we go, I just had it. And then drag it to the far right and do the same thing on the bottom, so it fills the full screen. Great. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to merge cells. So you're going to select the in the third and fourth column, all 4 cells, and choose Merge Cells, and that's in Table Tools, Layout, Merge Cells. So you actually made it one huge cell. You'll do the same thing, but not all of them, just the first column, the first 2 rows, merge, and do the same thing for the second column and merge. So you should have one big row here, which is 2 combined rows into one, and the same thing here. But on the last one, it's actually all 4 combined. So we merged. The next thing we'll do is put a diagonal line in the very first cell. So if you click in the very first cell, you'll choose Table Tools Design, it's under Table Tools Layout. The next one is Design. So under Layout, you will see diagonals, and just choose diagonal down, and then if you click away from it, you see the line that you just chose, which is a diagonal down line. So the next thing we want to do is select the entire table. So the table tools layout, choose select on the far left and choose table, so it selects the whole table. Then what we'll do is go back to table tools design tab, and we're going to change the weight. Right now it's just a 1/2 inch. We're going to change the weight of the border to 1.5. Then we will choose the line color, and the line color will be main black. If you hover over it, you'll see the screen tip. So just to review, we selected the entire table. We chose the width of it to be 1 1/2. The line color, we chose main black, and then the borders we'll choose, use the arrow, choose outside border. And then if you just click outside, you can see that we did an outside border. Now select just row 1, and to do that, you have to hover to the left-hand side of the margin till you have a solid black arrow, and then click, and that selects just row 1. And what we want to do with row 1 is go back to Table Tools Design, and then we're going to change the line color, so the line color to Accent 5 White, and then we'll choose the Borders arrow and choose Inside Borders. And again, to see it, click below that particular row so that you can see what you just added. Now we'll select both sides of the diagonal, and we'll choose the fill, and we want Accent White, Accent 5 White. And again, to see it, click outside of it. Reselect the two diagonal parts and click the Home tab, and we'll go to the font group, and we're going to change the color of the font to be main black. So the font will be main black. So we've changed the corner cell, the first one, to be white as the background, the fill, instead of black like the other two cells. And we also changed the font, so when we go to type in there, it'll be also, the font will be black. The next thing we want to do is change this diagonal line. So select both parts of it, and again go to the Design tab, and for the line color you will select main blank, and then click the arrow to borders and choose diagonal border, and then let go, and you should see you have a black line as the diagonal. The next thing we'll do is we're going to click to the left side of the diagonal, and right now if we were to type, the insertion point is at the top of the corner. What we want to do is go to Table Tools Layout, and you're going to choose Align Bottom Left, and then for the second part of the diagonal, the top part of the right side, we're going to choose the Align Center Right. Select the combined third and fourth column cell on the first row, and you choose Align Center. And then we'll select all of the medium grays in column 1, and we'll choose Align Left Center, Align Center Left. And then select all the light gray cells, so that'll be the rest of them, columns 2, 3, and 4, and we'll choose Align Center. And then we'll begin to input information. So in the very first cell, you'll type where, and then you will change the font size to 18. And the next one, the rightermost, you'll type Greyhound. And then you'll press Shift Enter, so it keeps it close together, and then you'll type dollars. And again, you'll change the font size to 18. So it should be Greyhound dollars. And we'll also put that in bold. You have where. And then in the first row, the last two columns, you're going to type meal plans, but we're going to change the size first to 36. And then type meal plans. On the second row, I'm going to select the 3-column heading area, and I'll change the font size now to 18, so it'll be easier to see as you type. When you type the first one, all students, comma, staff, comma, use Shift Enter and faculty, and then tab. If for some reason when you type the very first cell and you don't see end faculty, if you go to the border, the boundary between the two lines, and you just double click, you'll be able to see all of it. So you'll again use your Shift Enter, so you have that little hook arrow, and then the next column 1, change the font size to 18. It's better to do it ahead of time, and the font color should be the accent 5 white. And then I'll fill those in for you. So the information that I just typed, just to recap, was size 18 and the font color was accent 5 white. Then on the bottom row, the last 3 cells in the bottom row, change the font to 14 and type the information in each cell. And then for the middle cells, we're going to be putting X's. And all of this information you'll find in the PDF preview. So the cell that we left blank, we're actually going to put a picture in there. So click in, and you'll put it over in the scratch area in a second. So go ahead and choose Insert and Pictures, and you should go to your wherever you saved the picture that came with this assignment. If I'm looking for where I put mine. And we're looking for the ID card, and then click Insert. And it's going to be huge, but that's okay because we're going to change the size of it. The size will be 2 inches wide, and the height will be 1.3. And then you'll just drag and move it in the center of the table of that cell. And the last thing we're ready to do is put the X's on the categories of what each plan. So you'll select row 2, 3, 4. The size will be 18, so you can see the X's, and then bold. And we'll type an uppercase X in the designated areas. So in this one, and this row had all of them. We'll also select rows 2 through 9, and then go to the Table Tools Layout, and we're going to choose Line Color Accent White, and then we'll choose Border Inside Border. Nice. And then we'll drag the Harris logo to the far left corner. And you may have to tell it to bring to front so you can see that. And I think we have this one. That'll be a save and submit. If when you were doing this one you chose your own style or variations of borders, that's fine too. Or colors, if you chose a different design table, that would be fine too. We were just following directly by the book. So that's it for this one. This is the Greyhound dollars table, and submit. Thank you.